Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. So glad you're here. Now, can you tell we're going to do a birthday card? I have got this pattern paper that we picked up at Joanne's and I'm going to be making a birthday card. It's actually going to be from my sister to my grandson. We're having his birthday party this weekend and she wanted me to make a card. So he really loves sea creatures. He loves the little crabs and he knows all of the sea creatures. Anyway, so we got this pattern paper here, and we're going to bring in some Memento black ink, and we're going to bring in the Spellbinders. I think it's called Well Hello there, but I'll link all the materials in the description box below. But it's got a well, we've got a jellyfish, and we've got a crab. And I'm going to position all of these on my piece of paper so that I can stamp them twice. I had that one upside down, so I'm just getting them rearranged so that I have enough room for the dies to go around them and so that I can stamp them twice on this sheet of paper. I'm doing that just in case I mess one up or I decide to add more of one character than just one. So it'll take me a couple inkings to get these stamped down. These are real fine lines that are on this stamp. That well is just a real fine line, and then the tentacles or whatever on the jellyfish are pretty fine too. So I've got it inked up real nice, and I'm just going to lay it back down and ink it up again so that I've got a second set. And I'm still using that little Shanna Makes It sign to kind of block the glare from my light there. It looks like I could have moved it a little bit, but just using it so that I can zoom out a little bit more and have a little bit more space so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I've got all of those stamped out, and I've got ink on my hands, and I've got to get it cleaned off. I realized it because I could see some ink on that panel, but it wasn't in an area that would be in the die cut, so we'll be all right. Just clean up my musty, get it put away. And I've got this other sentiment set from Spellbinders, and I'll have to link it. I think it might be Everyday Sentiments or something. I don't know. I'll link it in the description box below so you can check it out. I like it. It's got lots of sentiments that come in real handy that you can use. I'm going to use this black paper, and I'm going to die cut out Happy Birthday several times. I'm just bringing in my card base. I'm going to make an A2 side folding card base. Actually, I'm going to make top folding. I'm going to use the sketch from Pink and Main as a inspiration for this. And I've got all my panels cut. I've got a black panel that is cut just inside the A2 size, I think. And I'm trimming up, I think I'm trimming up my card base because it was just a smidge off. And it looks like I needed to trim the bottom as well. So I'm not going to stress over my card base. I'm just going to cut it to what I need it. And I'm going to lay this black panel down, and I'm using my little Sweet Petunia glue press. And I'm just going to get it laid down on my card base. And the first layer is going to be this black layer. This is kind of a different sketch for me. I've not done this one before, and I like how it turned out. So next I'm going to layer just inside the black. This is probably 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to layer it on there. And then I'm going to bring in another layer of black and then my pattern paper. And I think I went, I think it was like 3 inches by, I don't know, 3 3/4. Actually, 3 inches by 4, I think is what I did. Actually, that wouldn't be right. 3 inches by 4 3/4. That's what I mean. And just get it laid down on there. And I think it's cute. It's just going to show off that pattern paper. And then I didn't ink blend my panels before I laid my little sea creatures down, and so I'm just going to ink blend them individual, and I think I wind up just cutting them all apart. Yeah. And I bring in my little scrapbook.com little mat, just so that I don't make a mess on my desk. That mat, I have cleaned it so well that it's no longer sticky, but I do use it to keep my glass mat clean, so I just thought I'd bring it in. And I'm just going to take, I've got a Gina K, I think this is turquoise sea that I'm going to do the well in, and I decided that I went too heavy-handed on that, and so I'm just going to go lighter handed on the next one. So you can see I'm blotting it off before I get on my well. And I decide I like the lighter one for the well better, so I'm going to go with that one. I think I wind up putting the other one on the inside of the card when it's all said and done. But I'm just lightly blending it. And then we'll just die cut them out. And I'm going to bring in my jellyfish, and I'm going to use my Distress Oxide and ink them up. I can't remember the color of that either. I'll have to list it in the description box below. It's been a couple days since I did this card, and I'm just getting to the voiceover. So I'm just going to have a couple pink jellyfish. And then my grandson really likes crabs. He just thinks they're so much fun. And I'm bringing in my Distress Oxide there, and that's the marigold color. And I'm just going to color my crabs that. And when I get done with the card, I actually add a little bit darker orange to those crabs just to make them a little bit closer to the color of the seahorses that are on the paper there. And I'm just cleaning up and getting organized. Now I'm just going to bring in the dies for all of those. And this is an older set. I've had it for a minute, and I think it's fun to use. But I'm just going to bring in the little crab die, the whale die, and the jellyfish die. There's shells, and there's coral, and there's like a little seaweed scene that bigger die's for, and lots of fun elements within this set. You've got some sentiments too, but I'm not going to use them because they don't go along with Happy Birthday. So I'll die cut those three out, and then I'll come back and grab the other crab and get it die cut out. Now I've got all of my elements die cut out, and I've got my sentiment cut out, and now I'm just kind of playing around with them, trying to decide where I want to put all the little sea creatures. And I'm just kind of looking at it, trying to decide. Now I'm going to grab my sentiments and finish poking all of the little pieces, and I'll get them glued together. Now I cut out 3 of them, but one of them was kind of wonky, so I just layered 2 of them up, and that would work out just fine. I'm taking my little brush there and brushing out all of the little hairs. I had ran the sentiment through the die cutting machine twice, and I guess when you run it through more than one time, you get some of these little paper hairs. And so I'm just trying to get them all cleaned off, and then I'm going to bring in my little glue bottle. And I just use that little glue bottle instead of my glue press for these little things, just because I think you can get in there and see it better as you're laying your glue down. The glue press does have a fine tip on it, but I just think the size of the glue press makes it hard to see as you're gluing. So that's why I use the little bottle of glue for the little sentiments, just because I can get a better look at where I'm laying the glue down. I'm cleaning off some more of those hairs, and just so it'll look nice when I lay it down on my card base. And these are pretty, I mean, it looks like a decent sized sentiment, but they are pretty fine. So you have to take a minute and kind of get them all lined up. And evidently I must see some more hairs on there because I'm running that brush. That 2-in-1 tool is from Spellbinders. It's got the poker tip on the end and the brush on the other end. And I'm just going to get some glue and get this laid down. And I am using my tweezers there to just grab some more of those fine hairs. This is kind of an interesting pattern on my card from the card sketch from the Pink and Main. I've not done a card with a pattern like this before, where you just have a little strip of the base sticking out the top. I kind of like it. I might try it again with some other ones. Now I'm going to lay my well down. I'm just going to pop up all my sea creatures and get them laid down on my card base, and that'll bring my card together. I just split that foam tape down to fit the little areas that I need it to be. Making sure none of it sticks out the edge of the die cut. So we'll just pull off the backing tape and get it laid down on there. This will come together pretty quickly. Just lay my big well down there underneath my happy birthday, and then I'll get my jellyfish laid down and then my 2 crabs, and that'll finish up the front of our card. I zoomed out so that you could see the full area, and hopefully you can see the elements okay, because it is a broader picture. So there we go. So I think it's cute. I think he'll like the card, especially with all the little sea creatures on it. So I'm going to bring in a strip of pattern paper and lay it on the inside of the card. I think I'm just cutting it down right now. And I've got the well as also. I thought I might as well use it. It is a little bit darker than the one on the front, but I think it'll look cute on the inside of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and get some pattern paper and put it down on the inside of the card. And I'm just going to layer it up just like I did the outside. And then add it to the inside of my card. Just trimming it up so it'll fit. And we'll get that laid down on there. I think that looks cute. I think it'll be a fun card for him. So there's my finished card. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.